Hello and welcome to my next smartwatch reviews. These are the first smartwatches I've ordered from Temu. I'm testing these guys out to see if this might be a viable source for smartwatches in the future and to see if I might want to join their affiliates program. These boxes look identical, but we have two watches here. One is the model ET450 and the next is the T21. I'm going to cut right here, show you these one at a time in two separate videos, and then we'll get on with it. Alright, so next up on my series of smartwatch reviews is going to be the model T21 smartwatch. I ordered this from Temu with my own money, and by my own money I mean the money that basically your money, the money generated through ad revenue on my YouTube channel. I've got a smartwatch and fitness tracker playlist there. I'm going to show you what comes out of this box, charge it and go wear it for several days or a week, and then come back with my full, fair, and honest review. So we have the watch itself. There's the body of it. I like the looks of it. This is a sort of a military looking square style, heavy duty. I'll give you all the specs when I come back with my review, but there's a protective cover on the front screen and the rear sensors. Let me press and hold the button here to see if there's any battery life. I just felt it vibrate. So it does have battery life in here. Okay, this is going to look pretty good on the wrist, I believe. So we have the body of the watch. We have a 22 mil silicone band. We have a magnetic charging cable that will snap on the back and plug into a USB brick. We've got the smartwatch user guide, and it looks like maybe a little satisfaction survey in here. All right, little love, whatever that means. That's the brand name, I suppose. But I'm going to go charge this up, and through the magic of editing, even though I'll wear it for a week, you will see my final thoughts and opinions in just a few seconds. Alright, so I've been wearing this watch for a couple weeks now, and there is some good, some bad, and some ugly to report. I'm going to turn it to its brightest brightness here. There are some settings in here. You can get into various ways of looking at your menu. You can go to like a honeycomb menu structure. I like the list view because then I can read what mode it is. This is the lift your wrist feature, where if you lift your wrist, the display will come on automatically. I always turn that off to save battery life. Alright, so let's swipe up, and I'm just going to go through the screens and show you what this watch will do. This is the screen that I like. If you press and hold in the middle, there are some other defaults in here that you can get to. They're all pretty attractive, and there are more in the app. The app is called Glory Fit, and we'll get into that a little bit later, but I like this one. If we swipe from right to left, this is your daily exercise summary. For some reason, this is just wrong for me. I went on a 6.5 mile hike today, and it just didn't seem to record those steps. It just doesn't really seem to track what I'm actually doing, so I give it a black mark on with that regard. Here's your contacts, your calls, call logs, your dial. You can make calls from the phone. It's got a speaker and microphone built in, but you have to be tethered to your phone via Bluetooth for that to work, and it works fine in this watch. Here is your sleep tracking. You can scroll up, get your deep sleep, your light sleep, awake times, REM sleep. Here's your blood oxygen saturation, or SPO2. This uses the red near-infrared diode for this measurement. You usually find that only kind of in the higher end of the low-end smartwatches, if that makes sense. I think the SPO2 is much more accurate when it uses a red diode versus a green diode. Here is your blood pressure, so this will do blood pressure, but this is not a medical device. I don't quite trust it, but you should really correlate this to your known blood pressure and then kind of have an idea of when it changes, when to actually go get a real blood pressure test or get examined by a doctor. So it's kind of a good relative guide if you're looking at changes, but please don't trust this as a clinical device or medical device for accurately measuring blood pressure. It just does not. And I'm going to let this go in real time so you can see how long this measurement takes. I think it's about 60 seconds. There it is, 137/84. I'm running a little bit high right now. So there you have that. You will do a blood glucose measurement in millimoles per liters, and I believe in the app you can actually change the units to milligrams per deciliter. We'll take a look at that. So it depends on what units you're used to. Again, not a medical device. I don't trust this to accurately measure blood glucose in such a non-invasive smartwatch, but it does have the feature, and I want to show it to you so you have an understanding of what all is built into this watch. Okay, I'll just let this keep going in real time. It should be close there. It vibrated, yeah, so 5.3. Here we'll pull in the weather from your smartphone via Bluetooth. There's today's weather, and it'll give me the next few days of weather, the high, the low temperature, and a little icon that lets you know if it's going to be sunny or rainy or overcast or what have you. So I like all that. It gives you a mood indication. I'm not sure how it's calculating this, but it will tell you if you're happy, stressed, or whatever. Here's your stress measurement. Again, don't know exactly how it's calculating this, but it's giving you an indication of your stress level on your body. And you can add various components. If you want to add music, this can act as a music controller when tethered to your smartphone. And, here's your training. You can go look at that, and that's it. That gets you back to the beginning. If you swipe from the bottom up, here are your messages. It will pull in your messages from your smartphone when tethered via Bluetooth. This works pretty well. The display it fits a lot on there, but for my eyes, it's a little bit small to read, but it's okay. It pulls it in. It's accurate. You get a little vibration when you get a message. Here's an outdoor walk that I did today. Actually, it looks like I'm still doing it. I'll swipe up, let me press that button, oopsie, not sure what happened there. And this is a weird thing where I've had a hard time figuring out how to get out of sports modes once I'm in them. There's no quick and easy way that I found yet to press a button and tell it to stop that exercise. So that's a little weird. If I swipe from left to right, it gets me to a little shortcut menu. Here I can look at my body temperature. This will measure actually skin temperature and calculate a body temperature. I think it's fairly close. Again, it's not a medical device. It's not the same as a real thermometer, but for me, it's close enough, and it's certainly good enough to know what your baseline is, and if you start to run a fever. You can get into some settings here. Brightness, sound and vibration, raise to light up, do not disturb, system settings here, reboot, power off, you can reset, some info, there you have it. It's the T21 smartwatch. Let's go look at the app, and I'll come back with my full, fair, and honest thoughts. The app here is called GloryFit. It's fairly basic. It gives your steps for the day, and again, this is just wrong for me. After doing a long hike, I should have way more steps than that. Your distance, that's just wrong. But, it will give you your body temp record. It'll give you your trace over the day if you have it set up to record it at regular intervals, your stress record, your emotion record, and if we scroll back up, here is your heart rate, continuous heart rate in real time. There's that hike I did this afternoon. You see those peaks there. Sleep tracking, and I've worn this multiple days, and you can scroll back through the various days, and it'll give you that sleep analysis. So it's pretty good for sleep tracking. Blood pressure, again, you can go back over the various days and see your records in the past. Blood oxygen saturation, blood sugar levels. You have to take these measurements on demand. It does not do those automatically. Same with blood pressure. You have to do those manually. It will not do that automatically in the background. I wish it did, but it doesn't. It is what it is. Stress record, emotion record. There's your device, T21. You can, set your various settings that you want to see or not see. Raised hand to activate the display. That's just another way to get into that lift your wrist feature. Some settings. Other than that, some sports modes. It will only track GPS if you have your phone turned on with location services turned on. This is not a GPS watch. And I can't find in the app anywhere to find my previous fitness records, so that's a little bit odd. I've done some hikes, I've been in the gym, but there's no way seemingly to find them, and they just seem to be lost. Don't know where they are. You can put some settings in here or change some settings during exercises to set what's measured continuous. You can set heart rate warnings and whatnot. It's a basic app. So there you have it, the T21 smartwatch. It's a good looking watch. If I hit the bottom right button, this gets me into the various sports modes, and you can turn those on, and all it really will do is track your time engaged in that sport, an estimate of kilocalorie burn, and an estimate of distance traveled if you're doing an outdoors thing. Here's where you would start it, and when you're done, okay, if you swipe from left to right, here's where I could stop that measurement. All right, so I figured that out in the meantime. This watch, it looks like a tough, rugged outdoor watch, but really it's only IP67 waterproof rated, so I wish it was a little bit higher. When I take this off and turn it off, say if I'm taking a shower or whatnot, and then I come back and turn it on, it loses track of time, and it does not correct itself until I sync it with the app again. So that's a big black mark too. So would I recommend this smartwatch? No, I would not. It's selling on AliExpress right now for about 20 bucks. I'm going to drop a link there because it's cheaper there than it is on Temu where I bought it. But I would say save your money, buy something better. This one has too many downsides to it, too many weaknesses for me to recommend it. But stay tuned, check out my smartwatch and fitness tracker reviews on that playlist on my YouTube channel. I've got plenty more to come, and then once the weather warms up and the water thaws, it's frozen right now, I'll get you right back into kayaking, kayak training, and all of that stuff, because this channel is primarily about kayaking. So I'll see you next time. Stick around for more reviews and more kayaking.
When you want an extraordinary racing kayak made in the finest American tradition, or maybe just own a piece of American kayaking history, you want a West Side Boat Shop kayak, now available from davethekayaker.com. West Side Boat Shop kayaks. The tradition continues.